Assalamualaikum and a warm welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining today's meeting. I'm thrilled to see all of you here. We have a lot to cover on our agenda, and I believe our discussion will pave the way for a successful RTM team building event. Let's kick things off with the first item on our agenda.
Good afternoon, everyone. I appreciate you all being here today. As we embark on planning our team building event, I want to encourage an open dialogue. Any of you have any concern or challenges regarding your roles or any aspect of the event, please feel free to bring them up. It's important that we all understand our responsibility clearly. As collaboration will be key to our success. Let's work together to address any issue and ensure that everyone feels supported as we move forward. Alright team, let's dive into the logistic planning for our one-day team building event. There are several key areas that we need to cover to ensure everything runs smoothly. First off, let's talk about the venue.
For the venue, are we going to stick to our original idea of an outdoor space or are we considering an outdoor location as well?
An outdoor venue can be great for activities, but we should also have a backup plans in case of inclement weather. Maybe we could look for a venue that has both indoor and outdoor space available.
That's a good point, Ida. I'll research a few venues that offer flexibility. If the weather cooperates, maybe we can take full advantage on outdoor activities. But we definitely need a contingency plan. So, speaking of activities, do you have any short list of what we want to include? Okay, so maybe there's a mix of team building exercises and maybe fun challenges to keep everyone engaged.
Uh, do we need to assign specific responsibilities for facilitating these activities? It will be good to have design moderators to keep everything on track.
Absolutely. Each team member can take charge of a specific activity, and we can coordinate on who feels comfortable leading which part. I suggest we finalize this aspect in our next meeting.
Now let's move on to transportation. Considering it's one-day event, how will we ensure everyone arrive on time?
I propose we arrange a charter bus to pick everyone up from a central location. We can also set a departure time that ensures everyone gets to the venue on time, even with a little buffer for unexpected delays.
That sounds like a solid plan. So, want to remind everyone to be punctual. Please send reminder emails a day or two before the event.
Definitely. That way they won't forget, including details about the bus schedules and any last minute updates will keep everyone informed.
So, what about food arrangement? Since it's a one-day event, we should consider meals that are easy to handle and eat without too much hassle.
I agree, but a buffet style lunch would be ideal. We should look into options that cater to various dietary restrictions, vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free.
Okay. I'll reach out to a couple of catering services to see what options are available that within our budget. I think it's important to get this settled early since catering often has lead times for big events.
Oh, we should also think about snacks and beverages. Keeping everyone energized throughout the day will be key. Shall we discuss adding more healthy snacks and hydration stations?
I love that idea. Having water stations and some light snacks available will keep energy levels up during activity.
What's the schedule that need to make?
I'm sorry, Ivy, can you repeat that? We cannot hear.
Oh, what I was saying is that we should consider on how are we going to communicate throughout the event. What's the plan for updating everyone on the schedule or any changes we might need to make last minute?
We can utilize a group messaging app for easy communication. I suggest creating a dedicated group chat where we can post updates, reminders, and any changes to the schedule on the day of the event.
That will keep everyone in the loop. Plus, we could also send out a detailed itinerary a few days prior, that way everyone know what to expect and can prepare accordingly.
Great idea, Fazila. Please draft an itinerary that includes schedule, activity, meal time, and any other important details.
Fantastic. So this is all coming together nicely. So, is there any other that we might be overlooking at this moment?
Okay, so I was saying that we should also consider first aid and safety measures for the day, because it would be wise to have a first aid kit on site and designate someone to handle any emergencies just in case.
Okay, for that case, I'll arrange for a basic first aid kit to be at the venue, and I'll ask if anyone on the team is certified in first aid so that we can take point on this.
Let's include that. Now, regarding the materials, what do we anticipate needing for the various activities?
Okay, so Calvin, we will need supplies for the scavenger hunt, such as map, clues, and any item we plan to hide. Additionally, we will need more materials for the creative activities and team challenges.
Don't forget about any equipment for ice breaking games.
How about the types of team building activities that we want to incorporate? We heard some great ideas already, but let's expand on that.
I still think a scavenger hunt is a fun option that promotes teamwork. Perhaps we could pair it with team trivia component that test their knowledge.
How about including a creative challenge? Teams could brainstorm solution to be a hypothetical problem related to our industry. This would require collaboration and ingenuity.
Both sound fantastic. We should aim for activities that encourage participants and help, especially those who might not work closely together on daily basis. Next, let's discuss on budget planning. We need to outline our expenses for the venue, materials, foods, and transportation.
Okay, so do we have a preliminary budget figure we are working with?
Yes, I believe we have a budget of 28,000 ringgit allocated for this event. This includes venue fees, catering, transportations, utilities, and any additional expenses.
Great. Let's break this down into categories. I suggest we allocate a specific portions for each each area, such as venue, food and beverage, activity, transportation. Um, we can discuss percentage for each category based on estimate cost. What do you think?
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. So, 28,000. Okay, here's a rough idea of how we might want to allocate the budget. So for venue, I think 20% of the budget we will use for venue. For F&B, maybe 50, 15% should be okay. For transportation, also 15% of the budget. Material and supplies, 15%. Award and prizes, 30%. Hmm. What else? Contingency fund and etc. 10%. That should be okay.
Mm, this allocation seems reasonable, but let's keep some flexibility. Maybe we should also consider any additional costs that may rise. For example, if we want to hire a facilitator for team building activity or need equipment for like projectors or sound system, we'll need to set aside some funds for that.
Okay, so I will ensure we account for this potential additional cost. It's crucial to factor in any unexpected expenses. Perhaps we should add a contingency which will be 3,000 3,000. This way we have a cushion just in case.
Excellent idea. It will allow us to be better prepared for any last minute needs. Also, maybe when looking at catering, we should ask for group discount as we will likely be ordering for a larger group. What do you think?
Agree. When I look for catering options, I can emphasize the number of people we'll have, and we can see if any local places offer corporate packages.
What about the transportation? If we are using a charter bus, we can start getting quotes from different providers to compare costs. I have a contact if I've used in the past that might give us a good deal.
That's a great idea, Ivy. So let's make sure that we secure the best price possible. I can also check out a few options and see what fits within our transportation budget. For activities, if we option for outdoor ones, we might need to rent certain equipment like games or challenges. I can research local vendors who specialize in team building activities to get better sense of costs.
Alright, let's ensure that the activities are not just engaging but also affordable, so we can keep within our budget. If we find any activities that require a fee, we might just wait off against any potential savings in other categories.
Oh, and let's not forget about the miscellaneous expenses, like supplies for icebreakers or materials for activities. It's possible we might need to purchase items from a local store or online.
I can help compile a list of all potential supplies needed for the day. Once we finalize the activities, we can estimate this cost more accurately.
Excellent.
We cover much ground. Now let's have a Q&A session. Sorry. Does anyone have question or suggestion about our discussion today? Please feel free to share your thoughts.
I have a question. Regarding for the schedule for the day, since it's only one day, how do we plan on structuring the activities to ensure we maximize participation and engagement?
That's a great question, Nurul. I suggest we outline a clear timeline for the day that includes a mix of activities, lots for break in between the in to keep the energy level high. Perhaps we can run one major activities in the morning and two in the afternoon, with short breaks and a longer lunch period in between.
I think that's a solid approach. This will help prevent fatigue and keep everyone engaged throughout the day. Should we also plan for a wrap-up session at the end of to reflect on what we accomplished?
Absolutely. Wrap-up session is essential for summarizing the day activities and gathering informal feedback. It can be a great way to reinforce the outcome we want to achieve from the event.
By the way, regarding transportations, how are we planning to coordinate that for such a tight schedules? I want to make sure everyone arrives on time.
I recommend we arrange for a bus that departs promptly in the morning. So we can also set a specific meeting point to help everyone coordinate. Okay, so let's make this clear in the invitations to ensure everyone knows when to gather. Is it okay?
Exactly. Clear communication will be the key. We can also remind everyone the day before to avoid any delays.
I like to ask about the food arrangement. With only one day, what kind of meal are we considering? Should we plan for something that easy to eat during the break?
That's a great point. We might opt for a buffet-style lunch with options that cater to different dietary needs, so making it easy for everyone to grab something quickly between activities.
I like that idea. Let's ensure a mix of healthy options as well as some comfort food, so there's something for everyone.
I also think we should have a clear communication plan of the day. So how do we plan to update everyone on the timing and changes in the schedule?
We can utilize a group messaging app on the day of real-time updates. This will allow everyone to stay informed about where they need to be and any change that may occur.
Exactly. I'll coordinate that as we get closer to the date, alongside with other logistics as well.
Fantastic. So what's the timeline for everything to get finalized?
Good questions. I propose we aim to finalize everything in the next week so we can start promoting the event internally. Does that work for everyone?
So before we wrap up, let's agree on the date for our next meeting to review our progress and finalize our plan. How does next week on 25th January?
Agree.
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 Perfect.
That should be
Thank you,
fine.
everyone, for your input and enthusiasm today. I'm excited about the road ahead and confident that our collective effort will lead us to a fantastic team building event.
Thank you all for your valuable contribution. Let's continue to collaborate and keep the energy up. Assalamualaikum and best wishes to everyone as we move forward.
Thank you,
Waalaikumsalam.
everyone.
Thank you,
Waalaikumsalam. See you
everyone.
soon,
Bye.
everyone. Have a great
Thank you for
rest.
participating. Thank you. Have a good
Thank
rest.
you.